Have you ever caught yourself staring at your bank account thinking, why does this keep happening? You swear you'll save more, you promise you won't fall for that impulsive online shopping spree again, but somehow the cycle keeps repeating. But here's the thing nobody tells you. It's not just about discipline, it's about psychology. What if I told you that most of your financial habits were programmed into you long before you ever made your first paycheck? From emotional triggers to beliefs you inherited without even knowing, your brain has been running on autopilot, quietly sabotaging your financial future. And today, we're going to expose exactly how that works. So let me ask you, are you really bad with money? Or have you just been playing a rigged game? In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the hidden psychology behind your money habits, the silent forces that push you to spend, save, or self-sabotage. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to break free from that invisible loop once and for all. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll stop blaming yourself and finally start rewriting your financial story on your terms. Lesson 1: The Autopilot Problem. Let's start with the brutal truth. Most of your financial decisions aren't really decisions at all. They're habits, reactions, automatic behaviors that have been wired into your brain through years of repetition. Think about the last time you bought something you didn't need. Did you choose to buy it, or did it just happen? That's not a coincidence. It's called automaticity, when your brain relies on shortcuts to make everyday choices. Why? Because your brain is lazy, not in a bad way, but in an efficient way. Your mind is designed to save energy, and forming habits allows it to run programs in the background. The problem is, if those programs were never designed with financial health in mind, you're basically running outdated software. And it's leading you straight into debt, bad spending, and anxiety about money. The first step is awareness. If you don't recognize you're on autopilot, you'll keep repeating the same patterns expecting different results. But once you see it, you can change it. Let's break this down even further, because understanding the autopilot problem is the foundation of changing your financial life. Think of your brain like your phone, apps running in the background, draining your battery without you even noticing. Most of your spending happens the exact same way. Ever gone to the grocery store for one thing and walked out with a bag full of snacks you didn't plan for? That's not random, that's habit. Even the layout of stores is designed to trigger those automatic behaviors. And the scary part is, once a habit is formed, your brain stops fully engaging in the decision. You don't think, you just do. But here's the key. Once you shine a light on these invisible patterns, you can disrupt them. One powerful technique is the pause rule. Before any non-essential purchase, force yourself to wait 24 hours. Another is the habit loop hack. Identify the trigger, swap the routine, and keep the reward. For example, if boredom triggers shopping online, replace it with calling a friend or going for a quick walk. Same dopamine hit, zero wasted money. Lesson 2: Emotional spending and money as comfort. Now let's get personal. Money isn't just numbers in an account, it's emotional, and that's where things get dangerous. Ever had a bad day and thought, screw it, I deserve this, then spent money on food, clothes, or random Amazon stuff? That's emotional spending in action. But here's the wild part. Studies show that when we buy things, especially impulsively, it literally triggers the same pleasure centers in the brain as drugs or gambling. You're not just shopping, you're self-medicating. This is why budgeting alone doesn't work for most people. It's not about logic, it's about emotion. And if you don't uncover why you're spending emotionally, you'll keep doing it no matter how many budgets or financial apps you use. Think about your childhood. Was money scarce? Was it used as a reward or punishment? Those early emotional associations get wired in deep. Breaking free from this starts by asking, what am I really trying to buy? Security? Confidence? Belonging? Fix the need underneath the purchase, and you'll finally start making choices that serve you. Here's where it gets real. Emotional spending is often the biggest silent killer of your financial goals. And the crazy part? It usually has nothing to do with the thing you're buying. It's about what that thing represents to you. Maybe it's a sense of control when life feels chaotic. Maybe it's validation when you're feeling insecure. Or maybe it's just comfort when you're stressed or lonely. But here's the problem. That high you get from spending is temporary, and the guilt that follows can trap you in a cycle. The solution? Start by building an awareness journal. Every time you make an impulsive purchase, don't shame yourself. Just write down what you were feeling before, during, and after. Over time, you'll start to see patterns. Another powerful move? Create a comfort list. 5 to 10 things you can do that give you that same emotional boost without spending money. Call a close friend. Play your favorite song. Take a 5-minute walk outside. Emotional spending loses its grip when you replace it with healthier emotional rewards.
Lesson 3. The scripts you inherited.
Let's go deeper. Have you ever heard of money scripts? These are the unconscious beliefs about money you picked up from your family, your culture, even your environment, and they're controlling you without you even realizing it. Things like, money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy, or even, I'll never be good with money. Sound familiar? These beliefs shape how you behave financially. If you believe rich people are bad, you'll unconsciously sabotage your own wealth so you don't become one of them. If you grew up watching your parents fight over money, your brain may associate money with stress, so you avoid thinking about finances altogether. These scripts are powerful because they form the lens through which you see every money decision you make. But here's the truth. Those scripts aren't yours. You inherited them, and anything inherited can be rewritten. But first, you've got to identify which ones you're carrying. Ask yourself, what did my family believe about money? What you find might shock you, and it might be the key to breaking the cycle. Now that you understand how powerful money scripts are, let's take this deeper, because these beliefs don't just show up randomly. They're often tied to moments you barely remember. Maybe you overheard your parents arguing about bills when you were 5. Maybe someone told you, people like us don't get rich, and that seed took root without you realizing it. The worst part, these beliefs operate silently in the background, shaping every financial decision you make today. But here's the good news. What's learned can be unlearned. One practical way to start is by writing down every negative belief you can remember hearing about money. Things like, I'm just not good with numbers, or having money makes you selfish. Then, and this is key, write the exact opposite next to it, even if you don't believe it yet. Example, I'll never be rich. To, I can build wealth through small, consistent steps. Repeat that new belief out loud daily. Why? Because repetition creates new neural pathways. Your brain doesn't care what's true, it believes what you repeat.
Lesson 4. Scarcity versus abundance mindset. Let's talk about mindset, because this could be the one thing keeping you stuck. There are 2 basic mindsets when it comes to money: scarcity and abundance. Scarcity says, there's never enough. Abundance says, there's always a way to create more. And guess what? Your brain loves scarcity. Why? Because it's wired for survival, not success. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors needed to think about conserving resources because life was unpredictable. But today, this scarcity thinking shows up when you believe things like, "I'll never make enough money," or "investing is too risky," or "people like me don't get rich." Scarcity creates fear, and fear leads to inaction or bad decisions. On the other hand, an abundance mindset isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about believing that you have control, that opportunities exist, and that your financial future isn't fixed by your past. Shifting into abundance isn't positive thinking, it's practical rewiring of how you view challenges. And when you do that, doors start opening where walls used to be. Here's the thing about scarcity. It's sneaky. It doesn't always scream, "You're broke." Sometimes it whispers, "Better not invest. What if you lose it all?" Or, "You're not smart enough for that side hustle." Scarcity mindset isn't just about money itself. It's about your self-worth. And if you don't shift that, you'll unconsciously sabotage opportunities before they even start. But here's how you start breaking free. Create a proof list. Write down every time in your life you solved a problem, figured something out, or earned money, even small things. Why? Because your brain needs evidence to trust abundance. And start catching scarcity thoughts in real time. When you hear yourself say, "I can't afford that," shift it to, "How can I afford that?" That one-word change, "how," flips your brain into problem-solving mode. Over time, this simple mental shift will train your mind to stop focusing on what's missing and start focusing on what's possible.
Lesson 5. Breaking the Loop. Practical steps to rewire your financial habits. All right, now let's get tactical. Awareness is great. Mindset is powerful. But if you don't change your daily actions, nothing changes. So how do you break this cycle for good? Step 1. Track everything. Not because it's fun, but because it exposes the patterns. Most people don't track spending because they're afraid of what they'll see. But that's exactly why you need to. Step 2. Replace. Don't just remove. If emotional spending is a habit, you can't just stop. You have to swap it. Next time you're tempted to spend impulsively, have a list of replacement actions ready. Walk. Call a friend. Write down what you wanted to buy and revisit it in 48 hours. Step 3. Automate what you can. Savings, investments, bill payments. Take your future self out of the equation by making it automatic. Finally, step 4. Rewire your scripts. Journal, reflect, and start speaking new beliefs about money, even if they feel fake at first. Because the truth is, you're not bad with money. You've just been programmed by a system that doesn't serve you. It's time to rewrite the code. Here's the truth most people miss. Breaking the loop isn't about perfection, it's about systems. Willpower fades. Motivation comes and goes. But systems? They keep working, even when you're tired, stressed, or distracted. That's why automation is a financial superpower. Set up automatic transfers to savings every payday, even if it's just $5 at first. Why? Because you're not saving money, you're building identity. And speaking of identity, here's a game changer. Start referring to yourself as someone who's good with money, even before it feels true. Words shape behavior. Say it enough, and you'll start acting like it. Another powerful trick? Use visual cues. Put a sticky note on your laptop or phone with your savings goal. Make it visible. Make it real. And remember this: you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Build small, repeatable habits, and your financial future won't just change, it'll transform.
If this video opened your eyes, imagine what could happen if you went deeper. Drop a comment and tell me which of these lessons hit you the hardest. And if you're serious about breaking free from financial autopilot, make sure you hit subscribe, because I've got more videos coming that will take this even further, with actionable strategies to build wealth, change habits, and design the financial life you actually want. This isn't just about saving a few dollars. It's about changing your identity around money. Remember, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Let's build this together. See you in the next one.